Thank you for joining us. Can you introduce yourself?
You're more than welcome. My name is Chris Vick. I am author of a book called Girl Boy C, which has been shortlisted for the CILIP Carnegie.
Congratulations. So first of all, I want to ask you, how have you found, Chris, writing during the lockdown period?
Um, Quite difficult in some ways and quite good and rewarding in other ways. I mean, I've had a little bit more time to do some writing. I work half a week for a charity, and a conservation charity. So the commuting time has been cut down, and obviously things like festivals, literature festivals, and school visits, all of those have been curtailed. So suddenly I found myself with a little bit more time, and you think, great, I can do more writing. But of course, everything that was going on, at least in the early days, was quite stressful, and none of us were really sure where we were at. So I think, unlike many of my fellow writers, I was actually able to write. I've actually written quite a lot. But what I'm writing is quite dystopian. It's about conservation. It's about the future, and maybe some of the kind of darkness and uncertainty that we've coped with in the last few weeks has sort of seeped into the writing a little bit. Maybe.
That's really helpful. So actually, have you found that you thought more about your audience in this particular period, or actually you just sort of don't aim for anyone in particular?
I'll give you a kind of quite contradictory answer, because mostly I think I'm writing for me. At least in the sort of first draft, I'm just writing this. I'm discovering the story as I go, as I continue to write. That said, there's a part of my brain, of course, that's aware that I'm writing for young people, and also I don't like writing that is overly fussy, too long-winded, and I'm aware with young people particularly, it's got to be in some ways all killer, no filler. So I'm aware that the readers are out there, and I want that language to be as transparent and simple and straightforward as possible. You kind of see through the language to the story beneath. I don't know who said that. I think maybe it was Philip Pullman, someone like that. So on the one hand, I'm writing for me, but when I'm editing, I then become much more acutely aware of who I'm writing for, and I try and make it as sort of simple, strong, and powerful as I possibly can.
Oh, thank you so much, Chris. Do you have a quiz question for us now?
I do have a quiz question. So in the story, Girl Boy C, Bill and I are on a boat for quite a large part of the story, and they spend the middle section of the story on an island. And then when they leave the island, they kind of fix the boat up and give it a sail, and they give it a name. It's a dual name. It's Berber and it's in English as well. And the question is, what name do they give the boat?
There you go. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.